guys. Welcome back to Two Girls, One Bong.
The podcast that's better when you're stoned, and if you're not stoned, I will come bring you a Red Bull directly to your house right now with weed in it.
Whoa.
My name is Maxwell.
I'm Joya. You might recognize us from your favorite viral video, or you might have been watching our content for the last 8 years.
If you're new here, what's up? We are the original Two Girls. We've been making content together for almost a decade.
What the fuck? Yeah, we're so excited to have you here. Let's dive on in.
Let's dive on in.
I just don't ever get over the almost a decade thing. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, it's so funny because the other day I posted something of ours on Instagram and I was like, how long have you been following us? And people were like, 10 years. I'm like, well,
let's not get ahead of ourselves. Yeah. Almost.
I love the enthusiasm, but I don't even think have we even known each other 10 years yet?
No. We've known each other
8 years.
We've known each other 8 years. 8.5, really, because we met at the beginning of 2015. Yeah. But I mean, it is almost like I feel like once you get past like 8 years, it's like it basically is 10 years almost. Like, but still.
It's so funny to me. People are like, been following you since 2014. I'm like, that's crazy. What?
Dude, I met somebody when I was out in Denver last week that was a fan of Two Girls, One Bong.
Gina.
And this person, no, I did meet Gina. Gina's amazing.
Oh, cool.
No,
shout
it
out
was
Gina.
like shout out Gina. Gin and juice. She's hilarious. But I met it was like a guy, and it was like him and his girlfriend, I think. And they were really fucked up. Not an important detail, but they were like really messed up. I was like, are y'all gonna be able to get home okay? But they had been following Two Girls, One Bong for forever. And they were like, we watched you on YouTube when we were like 14. And I was like, whoa, like that is so like,
that is a common thing that I hear, though. That is like not like an uncommon comment that we receive. Right. We raised the children. We truly
Oh my God,
did.
yes. And I always tell people too, the first time that I ever hung out with Adam was at a music festival, and it was in all ages. Anytime we went anywhere, all ages, literally, like I'm walking around this music festival with this guy that I barely know, and there's people coming up to me every 5 minutes. Like literally, it was like
pictures. Can I take a picture with you?
Yes. Like it was like
she was that
rapid fire. Yes. And it's just so funny. Yeah. He was like, who the fuck are you? Like, what the hell? And I was like, I'm just fucking dope. But anyway, yes, shout out to all of you who were children when you started watching us. Yeah.
Period. And on that note, let's go ahead and give a quick little shout out, since we're shouting people out, to High 90s, our sponsor. Shout out. I don't know. I think we've done this spiel every time, so you should understand by now. Are you wearing the shorts again?
I'm wearing shorts again.
She actually really likes those shorts. I saw her on somebody else's story on a boat wearing them. She just wears them.
They're so cute and they fit so good. Look,
yeah.
They say high 90s on them.
Yeah, my boyfriend, since he's a little bit more, his body's a little bit more tailored for the sweatsuit. He's tall and skinny. He wears it all the time though, and it was really funny because he wore the basketball shorts and he wore like the hoodie to a basketball game, and people were like, "Did I tell you this story?"
No, you didn't. You didn't.
Somebody was looking at the High 90s shorts and they were like touching the fabric, and they accidentally touched his dick.
Oh, you did tell me that. Oh my! You didn't tell me the details, because all you said was that he said somebody accidentally touched my dick.
Yeah.
And I was wondering how that came to be. And it makes sense that they were touching the fabric, feeling the fabric. Yeah. Right.
So shout out High 90s during Pride. Yes.
Period. Yeah. So you can exactly. You can get any of this merch on their website, and we have a discount code. It's 2G1B.
They're better known, other than their merch, that makes men want to grab your wiener.
Period.
And that's true. How many men have tried to grab your wiener with those shorts on?
Every day, every single time I wear them, it's like they fucking flock to me. I don't understand. It's like the craziest thing. It's like a magnet. I don't know.
But if you're Also interested in their more illicit products. They are primarily a pre-roll company, and you can find them in a lot of different dispensaries around here in Southern California. So, and period. I got a couple things. I got 3 different things right here. I got the flower,
Period.
a pre-roll, and a vape.
There you
What a
go.
display of different things that they have available.
What flavor is that pink and yellow one?
Lemon cherry gelato.
Yum.
Yeah, and actually what's funny is this is also some lemon cherry gelato.
Oh, look at her go.
Yeah. But shout out High 90s. If you would like to see them in your favorite dispensary and they are not there, ask about them. Ask, hey, have you guys heard of High 90s? You should get them in here. If not, if you want to go on a little adventure and see where you can purchase them, Weed Maps, you could just type in their brand name into Weed Maps and it'll pop right on up.
Totally. And you can follow along with everything that they're doing on Instagram.
Yes.
There's 2 pages that you can access. We'll put the ats down in the pinned comment. But make sure you're following the right pages because there's a lot of fake pages out there because there's a lot of losers in the world.
Yeah. And if you're like a 2 Girls 1 Bong stan and you watch these every week, please go follow that page. Even if you're never going to try their products, even if you don't smoke, even if you're a grandma with 7 grandchildren, please go follow the page and show some support, Nancy.
I'm going to need any grandmas watching right now to immediately go to the comments and comment, please.
Show yourself.
Yes,
show yourselves.
Please. We love you so much. We're so happy you're here. I need you to identify yourself so I can give you praise.
Shout out. Give you much praise.
Yeah.
So that's that. Shout out High 90s. So this week, fun stuff. We're playing a game of games. Should we talk about things that have happened before we get into this game? So many things have happened.
Yeah.
You know, the submarine, the submarine. I think we never even talked about the submarine when we didn't. So, real tea, guys. We recorded this episode already, but due to technical difficulties, we're here 2 days later recording it again.
And if you are an avid watcher of this podcast, you know that this has happened to us before. There was one episode that we filmed in my office here that we had to re-film. And I think it was a drunk one. So we were like, yeah, we were drunk as fuck the first time around. And yes, drunk the second time around. Anyway, we are here. And Truth or Smoke was so fun when we did play it the first time. So we're like, obviously, we need to frickin' do that again. But yeah, the submarine.
Rich people are just writing their own lore at this point.
Yeah.
They're like, your great granddad died in the Titanic. No, in 2023. It wasn't not the original singing.
The original. Bro, I know. Look,
it was really funny.
What?
You can go and finish your thought. Go ahead.
I was just going to say that I have been laughing a lot at all of the memes and all of the everything.
Did you see our friend Haley? She posted on her story. She had a video of a guy being blessed by his grandmother. It said, me asking my grandmother to pray for me so I don't go to hell for laughing at all these Titanic memes.
Dude, yeah. I did see that. I've seen a lot of those for sure. Like, basically to like everyone on Twitter in general, there's like a running joke that everyone on Twitter is going to hell because like people just laugh and make fun of like everything. But seriously, the only person on that thing that I felt bad for was the 19-year-old. Yeah, that was like that's sad. And I read that he didn't like even want to go. That he like did it. Yeah, that he was like pressured to go do it.
I did see that.
Everyone else though, like, girl, like you said, they're writing their own lore.
To get there. Yeah, paid to go there. So it's really funny because my boyfriend at first didn't understand why they were down there. He thought they were like scientists, and so when everyone was making memes, making fun of them, he didn't understand what they were or what happened. He thought that there was some submarine that imploded with a bunch of rich people, and he's like, "That's sad. Like, what do you mean?" And then when he found out that it's because they just wanted to go look at the Titanic, he said, "Oh." Stupid.
Yeah, I don't feel bad for you anymore. I saw somebody on Twitter say one time, like, this is way before the submarine, I don't do things that if I died, people would say, oh, well, yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Like, And have you seen, like, I know you've been seeing, I mean, God, we've all consumed so much content about the submarine in the last couple weeks, but the pictures of the James Cameron submarine that went down to the Titanic, or to the Mariana Trench for that matter, compared to the one that fucking imploded.
No, it's like insane. Just so much smaller.
They're the same size, kind of, except the James Cameron one, he's the only one in there. There are so many controls. There's controls all over the shit.
This guy had a Nintendo remote.
Yeah, and you can see, I mean, it was a little fucking tin can, bro.
He was driving the sub around with one of these, girl.
Like, one cute. Of these. Real fucking cute. Look where that got you, guy. But you know what? Somebody said, I don't know if this is real, actually. This could have been like somebody trolling, but it looked like the PlayStation controller survived the freaking, like, they found the PlayStation controller. I'm going to look it up because it might have been like somebody fucking buried some PlayStation controller. And
somebody trolling. Because I don't think they've recovered any debris. I don't think they've brought anything to the surface.
They did recover debris. That's how they knew that. That's how they knew that it imploded, because they found
it. They found the debris, but they weren't on a vessel that was able to bring things to the surface at that point. Right. I don't think.
Yeah.
So I don't know if they've recovered and brought debris up to the surface.
Yeah, it wasn't out of the water. It was like,
okay. LOL. It's funny because the way that they describe that controller, they're like, it's designed for a teenager to throw around, you know? Like, it's pretty durable. You tell you what, it sure is.
Did you see too? I mean, I saw somebody gave the analogy. It's not even an analogy. It's just a comparison of the pressure of the water at that level. It's like, it said like 4 square feet of water is equivalent to the density of 1 square foot of cement. So it's like, just like a little bit more of the water has the same density as a fucking square foot of cement. Yeah. Like, that is fucking crazy.
Well, and not only that, like, all of those square inches that are above you, those all counts as little bits of cement too. Right. It's not just like in your vicinity.
It's just one. Yeah.
No, there's thousands. Well, did you see that thing? So our developer sent us this really cool graphic. We'll include it in the link of this video, in the description of this video. But it was this really interesting graphic that showed how deep different things go. And you basically just scroll. So you start at the top of the ocean and then you just start scrolling, and it shows you where the max depth that they found certain animals, right? And then they show you the max depth of a bunch of different creatures. And you're like, oh my God. So this is it. We're already at the fish with the lights hanging off their head. There, you know, that's got to be it. No, the fucking Titanic is way deeper than those fish, than those angler fish with the lights on their heads. They're way deeper than that. Where there's no light, they're deeper than that. Well, it's not in the no light zone. It's in the midnight zone. And then right after the Titanic, I believe, is the twilight zone, which has no not light at all.
I'm looking at this right now. So I didn't see this link. I saw another one that was much more simplified. That was only like, the freaking, it was like something like a sperm whale and then like a giant squid. And then it was like empty all the way down. But
yeah,
I'm looking here now and holy fucking shit.
It's so far down there. Like, it's just, the more you learn about the depths of at where this place is, the less smart these people sound. Like, it is so
just more arrogant. Like, who are you that you think that you are a greater force, or your brain, whatever you could build, is greater than the fucking ocean? Like, yeah, have we learned nothing? Dude, I'm on this fucking scrolling link, and I've been constantly scrolling. I'm only at 2,000.
And you're not even at the meters. Titanic yet. The Titanic is at 3,800 meters.
This is fucking crazy.
And you know, we've gone to the Mariana Trench. 2 guys went down in a submersible, and they actually got to the bottom.
Yeah, James Cameron did.
Not the Mariana Trench. That wasn't James Cameron that went to the Mariana Trench.
He went to the Mariana Trench.
To the bottom of it?
I don't know how deep he went, but I know that he went really fucking deep in the Mariana Trench.
That's so crazy because James Cameron, obviously, film director, you know, he went, but also an expert in submersibles. Actually, a very good source.
Right. For this specifically. Yeah.
And that's something that I don't think about a lot of directors. Like, some people really take their art seriously. And so when he started doing all this research on the Titanic, he literally dove like probably headfirst into it and just became a fucking expert on the whole thing.
Right. Instead of just like the other guy did not do his due diligence, was cutting corners. Like, and hearing that, like, that it imploded also. Oh, so James Cameron went down 35,000 feet into the Mariana Trench. Maximum depth recorded before that was 10,000. Oh, okay, yeah. So okay, it was about the same time, same depth. But yeah, 35,000 feet down, and I think the Titanic was 12,000 feet down.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, hearing that shit just like literally fucking caved in on itself, like. Just really crazy. Like I was thinking when they say implosion, my brain goes to explosion, and it just like, goes like out. But to think that shit just went fucking like crazy. And also the fact that they definitely knew that they were dead at the beginning.
Well, I don't think that they definitely knew that they were dead. I think that the military had I don't know. I'm not in the military. I've never been a part of the military. But if anybody out there knows if you can verify this, but I bet that they have some kind of scale or scenario where they're like, okay, there is a 2% chance of life. There's a 1%. And so maybe based off of those odds, they behave different ways.
Yeah.
I
mean, yeah, like it's like, how could they just be like, oh, okay, yeah, sorry, we're not looking for them.
Like, that sounded like an implosion and death. Yeah. I heard a scream for sure. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I think they probably operate on some kind of system to where they're like, okay, the odds of life are this high, so we will continue searching until we have a lower percentage or whatever. I don't know. That seems like the most practical way to do things. And I know we don't always do things that way.
Right. Of course not.
Yeah. Anyways, let's get into this game, shall we? Enough about those billionaires.
Yes.
F them. So we're going to play a little game of Truth or Smoke. Premise of the game is I have these cards. It's actually originally called Truth or Drink. But shout out to The Cut. They actually sent me this game. They saw one of my other Truth or Smoke videos, and they gave me the official set. So we will be playing Truth or Smoke. Some of these, if you don't want to answer them, you do have to smoke twice. It's called Make It a Double. But traditionally, you play this with shots. We should do that one time.
Ooh, fuck. Yeah. We could definitely... Yeah.
We'll plan for that, but I think we should do the real version sometime.
Yeah.
All right, so first one. Let's just dive in.
All right.
Have you ever thrown up while or right after giving head? If not, do you think you should go harder next time?
Yes.
I've never... You've thrown up?
I didn't throw up completely.
I've definitely gagged to where like some like extra alcohol from my belly came into my mouth.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like I had food in chunks and nasty stuff. But I definitely gagged and got some puke in my mouth.
Which is
but
basically
it was
throwing up.
Yeah.
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 That's what happened to me.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, I didn't like throw up all over anyone's dick or anything, but definitely
do you remember when Sukiyana used to do OnlyFans? Isn't there a video of her throwing up on her pants?
And like still, I think continuing.
I don't want to think about it.
I know.
Like real puke though?
I think so. If I remember correctly.
I never watched it. I never watched these things. I don't go looking for things that I don't want to see.
Yeah. I saw screenshots. Yeah.
Yuck.
Speaking of Sukiyana, actually, when I was at the bar the other day, this guy asked me, it was like one of Adam's friends, asked me if like randomly, he was like, you know that song, like eating his ass, like eating his ass.
Yeah, now I'm eating his ass.
Yeah. And he's like we were just talking about like, like raunchy, like rap music. And I was like, yeah, actually like one of my closest friends has a fucking song with her.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah. Have you ever heard the song that goes, bitch, I need some Henny and a plan B?
Plan B.
Yeah.
Bitch, I need some Henny and a plan B.
Yeah.
Love that.
Anyway.
Have you ever been in a love triangle or other polygon shape? How did that play out for you? No. If I'm ever part of a triangle, I erase one of the sides.
Yeah. Like love triangle officially, no, but I
Is that like
do.
like a polyamorous thing, or like you're fucking with somebody
No,
who doesn't fuck with you in the way?
I feel like it's like a love triangle could be like
Messy.
one person that likes two people, like somebody that's a player or
Uh,
whatever.
no.
I'm not gonna lie, when I
No.
was like a freshman in college, I hooked up with these two guys that were cousins
Oh,
within not at the same time, but within like a few weeks of each other, and
who
kind of had a
cares?
little like thing going with both of them.
Good.
I remember my mom telling me, "Don't get between those people because they're like really close." And I was like, "No, it's not like that, mom." Like I was like, "I don't want to be either of their girlfriend, mom."
She
No,
said, I don't really like
I didn't
either
say
of
that.
them.
Yeah, I was like, "Don't worry, like it's all good." But I would say that that would be the closest that I think. Yeah, never been a home wrecker, so because that's a love triangle for sure. I love this game.
What's the weirdest shit you've seen a naked person do in a locker room or changing room? I've never spent a lot of time in a locker room.
I've only seen like I've been in a locker room with a naked old person, and the
That's
only
not
thing
weird. Just
they
them,
just
them
changing.
being, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I did also go. I went to like a bathhouse in
Ooh,
Japan,
sounds
and
hot.
you go naked.
Mm,
No, there was like a lot of like old women and children.
yeah.
Um,
Ooh,
and
not
yeah,
children.
no,
Gross.
neither. It was like, and they did not. I already have my nipples pierced at this point, and I had a few tattoos. They were not fond of me. They were looking at me like, "What the fuck are you
I
doing
said
in here?
this
You
whore.
heathen bitch." Yeah, but I've never seen anybody do anything weird naked.
Yeah, me either. I don't know. I feel like people just assume like being naked is an uncomfortable scenario as it is. And so I think they're like, oh my god, he itched his butt. That's so fucking weird. Like, no, it's
Yeah, right.
okay.
Yeah, it's pretty
Putting on
normal.
lotion, it's all
Yeah,
normal stuff.
yeah.
The weirdest thing I've ever seen one of my friends do naked, um, McCarter, one time she was showering and she didn't have a towel, and so she like Waluigi. Do you
Shook
know which character I'm talking about?
Walu. I know what he looks like.
Look him up and see his
So
stance.
you walk like big, like
Like big out. These are her legs. She went like this out the shower
oh
and
my.
ran across the room, and I was like,
I thought you were gonna say she like shook like a dog. like,
no. She like
okay.
just ran with her whole coochie out,
Yeah.
like aired it out across the room.
Yeah.
Which
That
I
is
guess that's the
funny.
weirdest thing I've seen, but it wasn't in a locker room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is
Yeah.
really funny. What?
Have you ever used a piece of someone else's clothing to masturbate?
Ew. No.
No. Like a smell or something? Like what is I mean, men probably I know I've sold panties. I've sold my
They
panties,
do.
so I know
I'm sure.
other people have.
Yeah.
To my stuff.
I cannot.
That's not
That
a thing
also.
I don't
Yeah.
think that's a thing that girls do very often.
Well,
I think
probably
it's more of a
some.
guy thing. I said very often. I think that's more of a guy thing. Like if you look at the
Definitely
demographic
more.
of people who are buying articles of clothing to masturbate with, I'm guessing most of the purchasers are men.
Yeah.
Of the people we know, who is so hot that they never had to learn how to be interesting? It's a double.
Oh my god. I don't even know. I don't think we really have any dumb hot friends.
Not about being dumb. It's about being uninteresting. I can think of a couple.
Can you type them in the chat? I will take my 2 hits just because I simply can't think of anybody that,
I mean, I guess it's all subjective.
Oh my god, wait,
though.
I know. more. Oh yeah. Oh my god. Okay. Okay.
I'm reading these girls for filth right now.
Yeah.
They're not really our friends though, so
They're not. They're definitely not.
We're just talking shit.
1, 2.
If you had to have sex with any politician, who would you choose? What would you discuss in the sack?
Gavin Newsom.
Mm-hmm.
And discuss.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what I would discuss with him.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I would find the Republican candidate that I think is going to win. All right. And what we're going to discuss is all of the selfies I'm taking with him.
Period.
In bed, naked.
Yes. About to
that
ruin
I'm going
his
to
fucking
use.
life.
Exactly. That I'm going to use to expose him with. And to his wife and children. And other mistresses.
I Googled hottest politicians. The entire first page is women.
And they are.
And yeah. No, but they all say hottest female. They don't say hottest politicians. They say hottest female politicians.
Yeah. Well, because you know a man made that list. The women aren't out here making hot man lists. The gays need to get on this. Come on.
Yeah. Because is there any such thing as a hot male politician? I don't know. Because none of these are giving. And Gavin Newsom's not even hot. I feel like he's hot for an old guy.
People used to think that the dude that was in charge of Canada was really hot. What's his
Justin
name?
Trudeau.
Minister? Yeah, people used to think he was
just
a
young.
hottie. And that's it. Literally, he's just young. And I think we give a lot of grace to politicians in being hot because they're just young.
Yeah. Compared to a Mitch McConnell and a fucking Nancy Pelosi and whatever else.
Yeah, most of them are like in their 70s, so I understand not being totally like that's a hot person.
Yeah,
that's fine.
Right.
Well, yeah, finding a Republican, and I'm making sure that abortion stays legal.
Period. Thank you for your service.
Using blackmail to do it. You're welcome. Yeah, using blackmail to do it. All right, make it a double.
Oh God, dude, the making it doubles are fucking gnarly.
I would like to go ahead and say that my answer to the last question stands for this one.
Okay.
All right?
Yeah.
If your cum was venomous, who would you fuck to death?
Oh my God.
My answer stands.
I feel like,
and I would be laughing the whole time too. I'd be like,
yeah, I would have to fuck another politician to death too. I mean, maybe like some people that have like a Putin or a Kim Jong-un, other people who have access to nuclear weapons.
Succession, you got to think about that, because if you want to, you should fuck several people to death if you're going after Kim Jong-un, because he's got a whole line of people lined up right behind him, ready to do the exact same shit that he's doing.
That's true. You're right.
You know what I mean? You got to be ready to really put that pussy to the pavement.
And I would. Yeah. I would lay down this pussy for my country.
You're a fucking patriot. You know that?
God bless America.
When Donald Trump said, "Do you want to be a pussy or a patriot?" he didn't know you could be both.
Period.
A pussy patriot, honey.
Timestamp TikTok, Dev.
Tell us about a time when a bathroom emergency completely derailed some important plans. Oh, this happens to you regularly. She has too many stories like this.
I derailed some plans. I'll tell you about the first one that I can remember. I was in 3rd grade, and we were practicing for like a Christmas like recital, like the class. And I told the teacher, I was trying to tell the teacher that I had to go to the bathroom, but it was like she couldn't hear me because she was actually a nice lady. She wasn't like a mean teacher that would have been like, now. But she like couldn't hear me. And I think I was just too embarrassed to be like, I need to go now. And I fucking peed my pants like which is also like, why didn't I, if I was too embarrassed to not assert my needs, why did I let myself fucking pee my pants? But I did learn a lesson that day. And I had to go to the office and change. I was put in like PE shorts. But I also, most recently, peed my pants on my drive home from California. I told you this story. I was driving home from California, like to my house after Christmas, and we were almost to a we were within like an hour and a half of our hotel, but it was raining really, really, really bad, like dangerous rain, like
you have to be driving like 10 under.
Yes, and with the hazards on, and like it was scary rain. So I already had to pee, but I was calling the hotel to ask them if we were going to be later than the normal. Then they only had check-in till 12. We were going to be like after 12. So I had to call them to be like, hey, can we be there late? And being like distracted by something like where I like literally couldn't just straight up focus on like not peeing. Yeah.
It just happened while you were on the phone.
It wasn't like the whole pee, but it was like probably like half. And so when we finally we stopped, I went and used the bathroom. Well, I changed my clothes. This is I did tell you about this because I had the fucking pants in a bag, and then I tried to like wash them when I got home, and like it was too late.
They still
the piss had permeated every fucking fiber of the fucking pants. So but we did finally get to our hotel. I have never gotten in a hotel shower so fast. Even like when we were in the car, Adam was like, he's like rolling down the window. Like, it's oh my God. Yeah. If you can't tell, this podcast is my safe place. So wouldn't share this information anywhere else.
I smoked for that one. Okay. Make it a double.
Fuck. I just took a rip just for fun.
You have to have sex with a celebrity animal. It's for charity. Whose agent gets the call? Charlie Sheen. He's an animal.
Yeah, he is an animal.
He said he has tiger blood.
Fuck him. Oh.
Doesn't he have AIDS? Wait, does he have HIV? Doesn't he have something? I could have sworn.
Has contracted HIV but does not have AIDS. Yeah.
Okay, so he has HIV. Damn. Well, I smoked twice for that one. I won't be talking about bestiality on the podcast.
Yeah, that was my second one.
That's the line that I draw.
Yeah.
Not like I have one in mind and I don't want you to know. I don't want to have to think about that. Thank you. Mm-hmm. What's the most expensive object you've ruined with your own bodily excretions? I don't know. Not expensive. Maybe like a $25 t-shirt. Max. And ruined, I don't know. You throw it in the washing machine. It's fine.
Yeah. I would say the one thing I would say is like, you know how like our, I don't know what about the discharge, but like it can bleach your underwear.
You know what I think it is? Can I give you my theory on this? I think it's women who use tampons.
Oh.
And because tampons are bleached cotton. Because when I stopped using tampons, that does not happen to me anymore.
Hasn't happened to me in a long time either, but I literally wear the same fucking, I buy these packs of underwear and I wear the same like style of underwear every single day.
What do you use?
I don't use anything. I don't really get a period.
So it's just oh, right. I forgot. Yeah. But I use a cup. So for the most of my life, I use tampons and I would always have weird colored panties, but ever since I stopped using them,
It
that does
doesn't
not happen
happen.
anymore. So, I mean, I don't have any science to back it up, but that is my little theory based on my little data that I have.
Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah,
Yeah.
because when I think about it, I can't. Well, no, it has happened. It has happened on my period underwear.
Mm.
So I don't know. I can think of. I'm like trying to picture my underwear and like, oh, which ones have a fucking bleach stain on them?
If it were medically possible to donate your genitals after you die, would you sign up as a donor?
No,
What does that mean? So, like, somebody else gets my pussy, they get to rock this thing further on?
I think so. It's like
Or
a
does it mean like
transfer.
or does it mean like some guy can buy my pussy and
Yeah,
just like have it?
that's
Because if it's the first, totally down to sling this thing until it slings no more. All right, it's a good one. I think we should keep it out there. Secondly, the latter, no. If some creep just wants to have it, I'm not down for that. But
yeah,
if a lovely person who needs a vagina would like mine, when I go, I'll put it
right.
back on the market, honey. It'll be good. It'll be old, but it'll be good.
I guess that's fair. I guess I would share mine if someone needed it on their own body. I am a freaking organ donor. So I would, yeah, if someone needed it.
You know what I mean? For
Yeah.
medical purposes. And honestly, if you got that good poom poom,
You better share.
you better share.
Yeah.
Let somebody else have that experience and own that. Do you think any of the Muppets give great head? Describe what it feels like. Do the voice. Yeah.
Next.
What event opened your eyes to how fucked up our country's political system is?
Probably Trayvon Martin. I was 17. I guess that's not really
I
the
think
political
what it came
system. That's the court system.
Well, it is a political system, though. It is a political.
Yeah.
A court is a symptom of the political system. So,
Yeah.
I think the first thing that I ever saw was when I was in high school, and there was a really big push from, I think it was the Mormon Church, or maybe some church there was Proposition 8, was on the ballot, and that was basically the proposition to
Gay marriage, right?
ban marriage. Yeah, so gay marriage had been legal up until that point, and yes on
Right.
Prop 8 meant you don't want gay marriage anymore. And so I remember being in high school and just seeing this massive movement in the community around me. Like, there were signs everywhere, and the idea that some people could have a right and other people's couldn't, that really kind of opened my eyes to, like, why do we get to even vote about this? Like, why is this even an option for people to speak about? Like, this is,
Totally.
you know what I mean? And that's kind of
Yeah.
really where my mind went. And I was very, very young, and I actually it's probably, no, I can't get in trouble for this anymore, but I literally would drive around town and I would deface all the signs. I would take them, I would steal them, I would write on them. But yeah.
Aw.
Yeah,
That's
like,
so
fuck
sweet.
that.
Yeah, that is a really and that's a crazy thing to realize as like a child. Like
I
what the
was
fuck?
yeah.
Some people literally don't have a say in what they're able to do with their life. Like that's
It was
insane.
it was yeah, it was
Makes no
just like
sense.
it was a really bizarre thing to me. But I also think that I kind of had a different perspective on rights, because I remember I was raised in the Middle East, and I
Yeah.
remember something that as kids we used to say, oh, your brother would be like, shut up, be like, no, it's free country.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And
Yep.
I would say that to my brother in the Middle East, and he'd be like, actually, it's not. And I was like, so I had like an awareness of
Yeah.
freedom and rights in a kind of
Yeah.
sense. And also being a woman, I know, or a woman, a girl in
Yeah.
that society, I was treated differently.
Yeah.
And so I think coming to America and seeing that, like, wait, we're doing that here too. Why? Why are we doing that?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
not chill.
Totally.
Um, but yeah, that was probably my very first instance. And I was a sophomore in high school, so I was probably like 15, 16.
That's so dope. I'm just picturing you driving around defacing the fucking anti-gay signs. Like, fuck
Yes.
yeah.
What do you think counts as sex?
I think it depends on the context, because if I'm talking about like, well, fuck. I was gonna say, okay, if I'm talking about my partner, like if there
Him
was like
talking to another woman is cheating.
him making eye contact with another woman,
eye contact at this point,
him brushing shoulders with another woman.
He breathed the same air as another woman. They fucked.
You fucking cheater.
You cheating dog.
No, but yeah, I think I would consider any intimate physical touch.
I think you're mincing words right now. We're not saying what is considered cheating.
Yeah, but also, I mean, I'm like
in the context of your partner, I get it. Any kind of intimate touch would feel like a sexual encounter.
Yeah, I would say then, to break away from that, like anything with your mouth or genitals.
Yeah, anything involving the nether regions?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Other than that, go at it. Hold on. Because even if you're doing like a titty fuck, somebody's nether regions are going to be involved in that.
Right.
So.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. And if you're like, yeah, totally.
Yeah, even a handy is sex.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. I mean, dude, the Bible says that masturbation is sex, so.
And it is.
Somebody out there is.
Period.
Yeah. But yeah, I think you're right. Anything involving the nether regions, as you say.
What? Yeah, anything that involves the nether regions. Yes. All right, make it a double. And I love these questions for you because you're very hilarious in the way that you answer. Remind me to tell a story after this about how you answered your first day at the apocalypse. All right. Make it a double. You're granted the power of invisibility for exactly 1 hour starting right now. What do you do? Robbing places. I'm taking money from everybody rich. I'm going to the richest person I can find in Malibu and I'm going to their house and I'm taking everything. I don't have very much time though.
Right.
And my car isn't invisible.
Right. You have to walk.
And my sack that I'm carrying everything in also there's going to see this sack running out their yard.
Right, like the stuff is not invisible. Oh my god.
And banks aren't just like, oh, you could just like walk behind the teller desk. They have like keys and locks. Like it's not that easy to just be invisible and rob a bank. Realistically, what are you doing? Within an hour, what's in the distance and possibilities to get things done? I might just fuck with people then.
Yeah, I was gonna say my brain immediately went to like spying on all my neighbors. Like I could definitely hit every house on the block in an hour. Just like see what's going on in there.
You're fucking crazy.
Did I just out myself as a Karen?
Yes!
I don't actually watch them and I don't care what they do. But it would be fun to spy. But for the record.
Hilarious.
I'm not the fucking lady out on the front porch like what's going on over there. But I would like to know.
Okay, so and then this is right on par with you. Like you don't think big picture, you think very short term when I give you these scenarios, and it's really funny to me because we did a podcast one time where it was most likely doomsday scenarios, and I posed the question to Joya. I was like, Joya, okay, the apocalypse just happened. The zombie apocalypse just happened right now. Like you're seeing it, the fallout happen in the streets right now. It's day one. What are you doing? And she goes, well, probably like a light breakfast because I have to ration my food. And so she's thinking about fucking breakfast, and I had to pause and be like, girl, what about locking the doors? Like putting up some wood over the windows, like doing something to fortify the house. She said breakfast first, and then we'll think. I can't think without my breakfast. Like,
oh
girl.
My god.
Yeah. I love you, but I don't want you on my team for the apocalypse anymore. Although we always have our meals.
That's the meanest thing you have ever said to me. Oh my god. You fucking bitch.
You know I'm
Not I
kidding.
love you, but I don't want you on my
If that's your plan for the first hour, she's cooking some eggs and grits. Meanwhile, her neighbor is being ripped to pieces by her husband.
Everyone in this house is gonna be fed, okay?
She said, "Come to my camp, Mackenzie's camp. You guys are gonna be hungry, okay? My camp, food all the time.
Only light meals.
We're rationing." She said, "A light breakfast."
Oh my god, that is pretty funny.
That's one of my favorite interactions on this podcast that we've had. That was iconic.
Thank you for remembering that.
Yeah. Whoa. This isn't for the girls. Make it a double. Have you ever cut a hole into something and fucked it? Can't say that I have.
Men are disgusting.
Men are weird.
Literally.
Oh, there's another one. Make it a double. What's the most valuable thing you've ever stolen? I've stolen money and weed before, so.
I've stolen clothes from people, not from stores.
I've stolen clothes from you.
I could take them back at any time, so that doesn't count.
Try.
Right, okay. Fair enough. I'm high, dude.
Yeah, this will get you.
I have stolen, honestly, I tore up Target when I was like 12, 13.
12?
Yeah, I saw, yeah.
Yo, those tits were bad news for you. You started stealing. I don't know
they came even
the
earlier
connection
than
is there, though. The connection is there.
Well, the tits came at age like 10. The stealing didn't come till age like 12.
But it was the tits' fault. They poisoned your young little mind.
They did. I was so innocent before. Then I just became a whore. A thief.
And that.
Yeah.
If I had an OnlyFans, would you subscribe to it out of friendship?
Yes, I would.
And I do.
Yeah. I so would. That's funny because I think about that with people that, I don't know that well. Like, obviously with us, it's like a no-brainer, but with people that I like kind of know, but like not close with, like, I'm like, I would go subscribe to you. Not like a paid.
Not the paid one, though. Yeah. That's the thing, because that's and I think that's why we're a little different, because we don't post like explicit stuff unless it's behind the paywall.
Right. So it's technically not like yeah. I think they're probably asking if you'd pay for a paid monthly subscribe.
I would though.
If you wanted me to, I would. But
I would do it just to be supportive.
Yeah, I haven't done that with anybody.
I was one of your Twitch subscribers.
Yeah.
See?
Yeah. That is definitely friendship support.
All right, let's do one more, yeah?
Okay.
Have you ever accidentally posted something inappropriate to social media that you had to scramble to delete? Did anyone see it?
Yes. One time I was taking some videos for OnlyFans with my Instagram.
I forgot. And you... Oh, okay, keep going.
I posted it on... So basically, you know how Instagram sometimes will do that glitchy thing where it wouldn't allow you to save a video? Mm-hmm. So like something would happen in there. I mean, I'm sure it still happens where like something messes up and then you can't save it.
Yeah.
I had already taken like a full... Like I was in the bathtub. Like, so the time is over. I was taking content out of the bathtub. And then by the time I realized I couldn't save it, I was like in the bathtub. Which is like, I could have done a replacement, but instead I posted it to my close friends immediately, knowing that I was going to post it, save it, and delete it.
Yeah.
I posted it to my close friends. No one saw it, but Instagram saw it. Yeah, it wasn't even up for literally like 5 fucking seconds before Instagram was like violated terms of service. And I think that is like, that has to be like a factor in why my page got deleted. That was like some of the only strikes. Yeah.
Oh, that was on your original account. I had
Yeah.
no idea.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. So nobody saw it, but Instagram must have had some sort of like filter or something where they could like tell what was like titties.
Yeah. One time I was editing OnlyFans content on this computer right here, but it was in that other room. And I like took a picture next to the computer, just like not paying attention to what was on the screen. And it had nothing to do with what's going on the computer. I was like, been editing all day, blah, 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 blah. And like somebody messaged me and they're like, is that your pussy?
It was a pussy shot that was like,
you couldn't really tell what you were looking at.
Unless
it was just like the corner. And so like without context, it was very difficult to know what you were looking at, but somebody made some assumptions and I said, what? No. Deleted it immediately.
Yeah. No. Oh my God. Yeah, I would die.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Good times.
Good thing somebody pointed it out to you.
And that's so funny because like people do that to like try to upset me. You're just helping me.
Yeah,
it's
thank
just
you.
extremely helpful. Like I told you, that guy, somebody sent me something about the Twitter, and they're like, "Oh, I was gonna subscribe to your OnlyFans, but then I found everything for free on Twitter, and you suck." And I was like, "Thank you. Let me go look for that Twitter."
Yeah, and get it taken down.
You just helped me. You just helped me. Thank you.
Right.
All right. Well, that'll be our last one. Do we have a listener question?
Okay, here's one. Do either of you like reading books? If so, what was the last good book that you read? And they ask if we would consider doing a mini book club episode where we read a book together and then talk about it. I'm not a big reader in general. I actually I had therapy this morning, and I talked to my therapist about that. Because she asked me if I would be interested in reading more about like some of the things I'm dealing with that are hindering me from goals, and or like things that I'm interested in. And I was like, I had to tell her like I've read one book beginning to end my entire life, and it was Arend's book. Not that I feel obligated to do that, but it kind of like, yeah, I'm not a big reader. I want to be though, and I respect people who are.
Yeah, I grew up being a reader. My dad used to say like, you have to finish this many pages before you go outside. And then he would literally like quiz me on what I read.
Wow.
So he definitely made sure that I did a lot of reading as a kid. So I really liked reading. I still can enjoy reading. I just haven't picked up anything fictional or anything like that lately. To kind of get into that. But I have like some self-help books and like informational books, and I think that might be my promise, that they're just not interesting for me to read. Yeah. I like scary books.
Yeah, that's what. And I was telling her about you and our like road trips, because I was like, I do. She said maybe you're more interested in audiobooks, and I was like, I do. I have listened to multiple audiobooks with my one friend that I road trip with. I mean, she knows who you are in general, because like she knows about the show and stuff. But yeah, that's what she was saying. Like, you're not going to read if it's not something that you're not interested in.
Yeah.
So I definitely I want to find. I never read Harry Potter. Obviously, never read. So I didn't read Harry Potter, but I fucking loved the movies like so much, and so I feel like that could be something that I could do. And I would feel extremely accomplished if I even just read one fucking Harry Potter
The
book.
first one is such an easy read. It's not even that long. And they have like the big book too. So it's like not tiny little print on a tiny little page. I don't know. I like holding big things. So
yeah.
I'm just like, yay.
See, big books always intimidated me. So.
Oh, no. It just means that the writing's bigger generally, especially for like a kid's book like that. You know, Harry Potter wasn't like this big thesaurus type thing.
Right.
But the older books, like the later on ones, they're like this fucking thick. I never even read those ones.
Yeah.
They were too much for me.
Yeah.
But I read the first couple for sure.
But I also would love to, maybe you should send me some scary books, because my mom liked those, like she liked like the crime, like murder mystery vibes. And I was like, I
that's
feel like
probably
that would be good. I feel like I would like those.
you should read It.
Oh,
That's one
ooh.
of my favorite books. It's really
Oh my
scary.
God.
It's
Fuck,
really
dude.
scary. It's really scary because
Yeah.
like the thing is about reading a book, it's so much scarier in your own imagination because you come up with.
Right, it's whatever your brain.
Exactly. It's not somebody
Yeah.
else's interpretation of what you're,
Oh my,
Yeah.
and right, like you could be seeing a character in a movie and like because of whatever that character looks like or whatever the scene looks like or whatever, you're less scared because
Exactly.
of
You know what I
some sort
mean?
of oh my
It's a very
God.
individual experience when you're reading.
Ooh, that's
Yeah.
weird. That's interesting. I've never thought about that before.
Yeah.
Well, that will about do it.
And it will. Shout out High 90s. Again, make sure you check out them in the description and the pinned comment. Follow them on Instagram. Ask about them at your local dispensaries. And get some freaking merch. Discount code 2G1B. And also make sure you're following us on Instagram. We post little clips from this. We post on our stories. And it's very cute. We'll be more content coming this year.
Period.
Stay tuned.
Period. Exactly. Yeah, making sure you're keeping up with us and keeping up with High 90s. We'll put the they have 2 Instagram pages, so we'll put both of those ads in the pinned comment and make sure you're not following any fake pages of theirs. Of not theirs. Of someone else's. Do you want to take a rip together?
Yes. Cheers.
I'm high as fuck.
I can see it in your eyes.
Yes. Right. Okay. We will see you next week. Love you guys.
Yes.
Thanks for tuning in.
Thank you for tuning in.
Oh,
Make
yeah.
good choices. Be good to yourself. Be good to each other. And TTYL.
Yes.
I'm keeping it going past 5 seconds, so it's an hour. Okay. Love you. Bye.
Love you.